How's it going, Critter Family? Hope you all are doing well. Unfortunately, this is the second time I'm recording this video because the first time there was no audio. Everything else recorded, but the audio was not connected. So that sucks. But we get take two of this. So this is Social Learning by Sean Svennson. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. This is a little rescue dog they got, I believe, from Romania. Again, I could be incorrect about that, but a rescue dog. I believe this is their own dog. Looks like and I don't know if I'm correctly pronouncing this right, but it looks like a Karelian or Karelian bearhound. Karelian bearhound. Kind of like Carolina, north and south, like the states in United States, but spelled differently. But anyway, this is their video showing progress of social learning with their little rescue dog. So if you're ready, then let's just get started. So Connor over, super sweet little dog. Both of them are beautiful. Coming over, I'm assuming to meet Mom. Or I mean, I'm sure the person filming is the owner, and they're meeting the mother of the owner. A little bit nervous. So you see, as the camera kind of moved in a little bit, you know, the filmer is possibly putting a little bit of pressure on the dog. Pressure as in social pressure, meaning that when you take a step, the dog feels kind of like that spatial pressure more than social pressure. Spatial pressure more than social pressure. I'm getting all my things mixed up now, but so by putting spatial pressure, it's like you have a bubble and the dog has a bubble, and you're kind of touching bubbles. By moving in, the dog moves away to release that pressure. So this this looks like I think it's a little boy. So this looks to be consensual learning, you know, and consensual training. They allow the dog to give and take consent, you know, and yes, the dog will allow the human to pet them. They will allow the human to interact with them, or they won't. And this is really important. This is very good training. So they call their other dog over. Very good, beautiful dogs. And this is where social learning comes from, where the fearful dog will learn from the comfortable dog how to get what they want. They will see that, oh, this dog is getting pet and nothing's hurting them. Maybe I can try that. And so this is where social learning with sorry, the cats were fighting. So this is where having a comfortable dog around a fearful dog will help, because again, the comfortable dog will show the fearful dog, hey, I get good things. You can get good things too if you come over, showing these humans are not scary or bad. So this little guy comes over around the other human, making sure to take plenty of space, and a smart dog. Nervous about this new person in the house. Gives a little hand to sniff. Gives a little pet. For me personally, if I'm working with a new dog, I would go for the chest or the shoulder, you know, versus over top of the head, because it can be a little intimidating. But some dogs prefer the top of the head over the shoulder or the chest. And this little dog seems to be totally fine with that. A little scratch under the chin. Dog kind of very lightly moves away. She gives the dog a chance. Dog comes in to sniff, accepts more petting. And the dog at this point is giving the human consent to pet them, because it's a mutual thing. She likes to pet, she gets to bond with the dog gets to bond with the human, the dog gets a nice little scratch. And even while you're petting the dog, that is pressure. So as if I were to be petting a dog that I didn't know, and I'm continuing to pet, this is pressure, and this is release. And pressure, think of it as a balloon filling up with air, and that balloon is going to pop if you put too much pressure in it, too much air pressure. Same thing when you put too much spatial or physical pressure on an animal. And petting can be pressure to an animal so that that balloon is building up. Pet, pet, pet. If I stop, that balloon stops before it pops, and then it releases that air. And then they learn, oh, okay, this balloon can reach this diameter now without worry of it popping over time because you've stretched it out and because the dog has learned over time that, hey, when you pet me, you leave me alone before I freak out, then that means that you can read me and I have a better understanding of you, and I have I have that experience of working with you and not having to fear you. Versus you go to pet the dog, every time you pet, you put too much pressure, you pat them, you pet them too long, and they go to snap at you, then they would learn a bad lesson. They would continue to learn that bad lesson through experience that you don't understand how to read their calming signals, or their you don't know their limit, and so they're going to bite you. Because they've been telling you, hey, I'm nervous, I'm nervous, I'm nervous, I'm nervous. That's what pressure is. Pressure, you can think of it as the animal is saying, I'm nervous, I'm nervous, I'm nervous, I'm going to bite, I'm going to bite, I'm going to bite, bam, and then they bite. That'd be the balloon popping. Or the dog might run away. Either way, those are things that we don't want. But we don't have to force it to get what we want. Just like they're demonstrating here. This is a lot of progress. This is after, I'm sure they've made even more progress since then, since this point. So giving the little dog an escape route if they feel they need it. Dog's not running away. Dog goes back for more sniffs. Possibly more petting. Gets some more petting, goes in for a closer sniff. Backs away. And then the human responds appropriately. These guys are so cute. And here they are, just sitting here chilling. And this is social learning, because this dog is learning from this dog. And they decide to move along. Maybe not. So this dog is putting more, they're coming back for more, but they're putting more pressure on the owner. They move away from the new person. They put pressure on the owner by leaning into them, staying close to them. That, pressure can not only mean I'm going to bite, I'm going to bite, I'm going to bite, but when the animal puts pressure on themselves, they can feel more comfortable that way. Hence, probably the little sweater here. Compression garments can help make animals feel more comfortable. But a lot of times animals will put themselves into a corner and they don't know how to get out of it. So I've talked about an Australian Shepherd named Lola on my channel before, and she would run up to me and go belly up, and she would do that to a lot of new people. And as soon as you go to pet her, she would snap and try to bite you. And people would say, well, you came to me, why are you going to bite me? But because she learned through, my theory is through a very aggressive training. I know she had very aggressive training since she was young, that she learned to turn off the scariness or the painful pressure, that she would just go belly up, and it was learned helplessness. So she developed that, again, this is just my theory, that she developed that behavior that now whenever she sees somebody new and she's excited, she runs up to the new person, she goes belly up, and that's supposed to make the new person go away, or they just ignore her. That her reward is them just leaving her alone. But what people have come to associate a dog going belly up is they want scratches. So I counter-conditioned that behavior by tossing a treat away from myself, by teaching her, when you come close to me, if you go away from me, you're going to feel better. So she learned that she didn't have to come up to me. When she was nervous, she didn't have to move into pressure and trap herself. She was able to keep her distance away from me and make herself comfortable, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. But with this little dog, they could move into here, get trapped, and feel like they need to bite if the person doesn't move away. So if that were ever the case, then I would do, I would suggest doing what I did with Lola, which is just tossing a treat away so they move away, and they learn over time that they don't have to come in until they're ready. But this little dog here seems very, very comfortable, is coming back for more, giving consent, saying, hey, I want to sniff you some more. Maybe get another little pet, little scratch. So that's very, very good. Very sweet little dog. Oh, this one's just chilling over here. Moved away again, taking away consent. Circling around mom. Feeling comfort that they get a release from pressure. And that's the video. So very good little video. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Thank you for, for taking in this dog and for rescuing them and for doing all the great work that you're doing. Thank you to everyone else for watching and for the kind words and the comments and birthday wishes. Thank you so much for that. Hope you all are doing well. Go say howdy do to your little critters. Say howdy do for me. Give them some kind of love and they appreciate. And until next time, practice peace, patience, and positivity.